Hello everybody, it is Clydfrog here, and welcome back to Let's Build Westworld. Today we are finishing our underground coaster. We are going to work on building the mountain around it, decorating the inside, carving out these caves to make them less cramped, because look how small they are. We want to fit this in the style of an old western mine shaft, so we have to find things and work with things that would fit that motif. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm going to assume I am because I feel French today. I don't even know if that's a French word. We're in a bit of a pickle here. But we will... Oh, I just zoomed out way far. So we are going to work on this. We're going to carve this cave. This comes through. We're going to carve out that cave. Come around here. We pop out of this cave. Go in. Go back down to the caves. We have a bunch of fake caves around. And a bunch of things we just need to work on. So why don't we get started with that? First, we're going to... How should we start this? I kind of want to tunnel out these caves before I cover the mountain, because I think it will be really problematic to kind of move around inside, and so we're gonna have to do that beforehand. I think we'll try that out first. So why don't we get our terrain tool out and get the push tool, bring the intensity down, or yeah, that's right. Bring up the size a little bit. We'll bring the intensity up a little bit. And let's start with the main cave. I think we probably made the tool a little bit too big, but you can see how it's a little cramped, and I want it to look more tunnely, more mine shaft style, not Minecraft style, but I mean, or else I'm just making a bunch of blocks. So we're just gonna carve all this out, make it a little bit easier to move in, as well as for the guests to be able to see around their peripheral vision and not feel like they're about to kill themselves going through the skinniest tunnel in the world. So we'll build up here. I think that's a good size. We're just gonna... Now, I know this side's uneven from this side, but that's done on purpose. It's a mine shaft. It's supposed to be an old-timey cave. So it's not going to be perfect inside. It's not going to be like a perfect circle, but it will... Forgot that's on. That just kind of scared me. I forgot that was still on testing. And so if we just even this out a little bit, we can make our way up. Oh, that is a... Oh, we're actually almost through it already. And we're just gonna take a little bit off the top here. Bring it around. Now, I know cave carving is really exciting in this game. So, I mean, you guys can skip this part if you want. I won't be mad. But if you like to watch terrain building, because I like to, I don't know why, but it's kind of peaceful. And it's nice and relaxing and cool to watch the final product get built out. Which is why I went with a slower paced style of Planet Coaster, because that's what I like to watch. Now, the problem I see is, if this isn't... I want to kind of like put things in here. So if I don't make this like perfectly shaped, or at least a little bit off, then it might struggle to hold some props that I have ideas for putting in here. And so that could be a little bit problematic, but we'll see how it goes. If not, we can fix it a little bit, tilt it up, and do different things to allow props to fit in here. I think I'm going to go to the other side. Oh, I just messed up. I kind of like this more square. Oh, go away. Scared me again. I didn't know what that was, and then I realized I'm on a roller coaster. We're just going to make this a little bit bigger. Just at the entrance, just a tiny bit, because I do want it to look like kind of like you're going into a black pit of despair. And then it's not really like that. I might have just carved that a little too high. Yes, I did. Bring that back down. Carve that up a little bit. Nice and round. Oh, too far. Then bring that around there. And I think we're good right after we finish this little chunk on this tunnel. Just bring up the roof a little bit in different parts. I like that. That looks good. It's not perfect, and that's how I want it to look. I want it to look like it was kind of carved out a little bit, and I mean, that's what it was. So now we got to go to the next. Oh, we have this tunnel to do, which is pretty long. We have a shorter tunnel here and another tunnel here. This one is not too bad, though. Why don't we start with this one over here? Oh, God, I'm stuck. Oh, I like this one so far. I like the way it built around it. Oh, I might not carve this one out too much. Oh, I like this one. Oh, hello. What we're gonna decrease the intensity a little bit. Actually, well, let's keep it the same. Let's keep the same intensity. We're just gonna carve it a very tiny amount, just to create a little bit bigger space in here. Just a little bit around the sides. We'll do the sides and the roof, just a tiny bit. Now we'll just give it a little bit of extra room for going through, just to make sure it doesn't feel too cramped and also hard to move in here, and put things in here and different props. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Bring that down there a little bit. You don't want to forget to put the tool in the bottom of the wall. Gotta leave a little bit of room in the bottom here. Now the interior wall will have a little bit less space than the exterior wall. Just the style we're going for. So if we can bring everything up a little bit, just keep clicking, clicking. We can make sure this works really well and looks pretty cool. I like the way the tunnel was automatically carved around it. I kind of liked how it looked. So I don't want to change it too much. I wanted to keep, and here comes the roller coaster. Okay. Bringing it up like a little bit. There we go. Bring that up a tiny bit. Want to make sure I'm not doing it too much in some places. Oh, I might have carved a little bit too much out of that part, but you know, it's just, oh no. Took me through the roof. Oh God. Okay, going down the track. We'll carve a little bit out of the bottom there. We want to make sure we get this wall in a little bit. Bring the roof up. And the key problem that I want to have in here, or not really a problem. I mean, like, the feeling I want to have is just to create like an old-timey miner 49er mine shaft. Because the way this works is Westworld is the style of an Old West town, or an Old West theme park, essentially. And that will come into play as we get more detail in here. Because right now we're just cave carving and it doesn't look, yeah, I'm having a blast right now, but I mean, oh, here comes the roller coaster again. Yeah, you run away. That's right. We definitely need some lights in here. We'll get those as we decorate. And just keep carving that out. Hey, we can see the end here. That wasn't too bad. Gonna pump up this roof a little bit. I'm trying to keep the original shape of the tunnel as best as I can, without it getting too bad. Trying to think. So what can we... we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little bit. I was just trying to think of what style of props will go in here. I'm thinking like some lanterns, maybe some old picks and stuff. I don't know. I'm going to put different things in different parts of the tunnel because obviously it's kind of an old abandoned mine shaft, and I want it to look like it was left around to rot and collapse and die. And we'll carve that out. And here comes the coaster again. I kind of like... Oh. I kind of like when it goes in this straight line like this. Because you can... Oh, okay, that didn't work at all. I kind of like the look of this cave when it goes in the straight line because it's kind of like the way it carved is it left like these notches in it. And that's exactly what I want to like kind of have. So we're going to leave those notches in actually. We're going to actually leave the rest of that tunnel to itself. And we have this one. This one also has the notches, but I don't like the way it's cramped. I don't like how cramped this corner feels. Well, we're going to continue widening it out and see how it works. We'll bring that down, that up. No, stop doing that. Now how... So if... can you stop it, camera? So this is going to be above the ground right here. This right here is going to be open air. Then you come out of the cave, then go back into the cave and start descending again. And so if that's the way that works... Hey, yeah, there you go, descending. This camera just keeps messing me up. We're gonna zoom in a little bit more. We're just gonna grind this tunnel out a little bit real quickly because this camera keeps hating me very much in here. There it goes again. There it goes again. I'm gonna beat this camera up. I'll make my dad beat up this camera's dad. I'm gonna bring up this roof a little bit. And we'll go to the entrance here. Oh, am I stuck? There we go. And carve that out a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There we go. You know what? Let's just start filling this in now. Because we can work on this part afterwards. We'll see how it looks. And we can start filling in this tunnel now. Or the mountain. We're gonna... Actually, we will go here first. We're gonna go to the water. Standing water. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. That's right there. Is there another layer we can add? Nope. Do not want to do that. Can I add another layer of water here? It doesn't look too bad. I mean, then there's kind of some spillover, I guess. I didn't want that, but I could just carve it up a little bit. Now, let's fix that real quick. We're gonna go... We just bring this edge up a little bit. There won't be any spillover on the wall. There we go. And then we go to standing water. Should be able to add another layer now. Nope. Okay, guess we gotta bring that up a little bit more. Bring this up all the way around. And to make it not look artificially raised, we'll raise this little bit back here. And bring back the water. There we go. Okay, right at the top. This is kind of like you dug in. There's like a little aquifer underneath the caverns. We can even have one like here. Just some standing water in these little puddles. Maybe down here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So there's kind of like, they dug so deep that there's water coming through the ground because they dug too deep. And right there too. That's some good water. And right there too. That one's not deep enough. We don't want to add too much of a good thing here. Ooh. Oh, look at that. You can kind of paint it. We'll save that for later though. We'll touch things up in a bit. Let's bring the terrain tool back. And we gotta add a lot of mountain here. A lot of mountain. Now the thing is, we don't wanna ruin the things we've designed down here. We gotta bring the mountain up around it first. And in fact, we're actually gonna decrease the size a bit. The reason is because if we do too much, it will start filling in the empty spots. What we have to do, kind of connect it off of this. And then from here we can connect mountains. Because we don't want to fill in the hollow spots. We only want to fill in the parts that are not designed yet. We want to make it look like a mountain, have a good design to it. Come on, you can come up. I feel like I'm talking to the little baby raptor in Jurassic Park when he's like, "Come on, you can do it. Come on, you're so tough," and like crawls out of the egg. Yeah, that's just my rant of the day. Now, the only part I'm worried about here is getting enough height on the mountain. So now we can bring this in. Now we're not close. We're actually gonna leave this open. There's gonna be like a little pit here. So what we're gonna do is bring this over. Actually, that's too big. We're gonna cut that back. Shrink the size. We'll connect this right here. That did not go where I wanted it to. Okay. There we go. Bring it out this way. Then connect them here. And now we can bring the size back. And now we can build off of it. Good chunk. It's gonna be like, you can see into the mine a little bit. We're gonna actually bring that up a little bit. There we go. So when you're passing by, we'll carve a little bit out of the bottom here. Come on! Can I go in my cave? Come on, game. Don't do this to me. Why do you do this when I show you nothing but love? Camera doesn't like me at all. It doesn't let me into my caves. There we go. That's exactly where I wanted to go the first time. We can kind of flatten that out a bit. There we go. Nope, I did not mean to do that. We're fine though. We're okay. Now we're going to bring the mountain up on this side. Because we don't want to carve too much into the actual cave. We're going to bring this up. We'll actually connect these two right here. And now we have a mountain. And we should probably bring it up a little bit higher over this side. We're just going to bring this across now. Too much. Bring it across. We're actually going to go increase the size. Bring it directly across. Working well? I don't know if it is. I wanted to ruin this. That's fine, that's fine. Come on! Stop flipping out, camera. That didn't go where I wanted it to, but we're fine. Because that's where it was going to have to go anyway, eventually. Oops, wrong tool. Now we can build right on top of this. we're pretty much just filling in the spaces. Good job. Looks good. Looks good. We don't want to do that. So again, we gotta go across slowly. Too small. Go like this way. And on the upper parts. Oops, don't want me to do that. And, well, I like that. Okay, now we can connect. What we'll do, we'll start building up this side a little bit. Again, not every part of the mountain is going to be super tall, but you get to connect? Yeah, there we go. But what I like to kind of do to create these mountains like this is just create like kind of like a spider web of these thin cylinder kind of rooftops, and then you just connect them in various places, and you can just build on top of them with the bigger tool. I find that a lot easier than like slowly building out the sides. Look more like spider legs than anything. I mean, we connect that. And we'll connect one more. Let it come up. And there we go. And now we're going to go to the bigger tool. Now we just fill it all in. Ooh, is that like kind of like a... Does that actually have a hole in it or no? It doesn't look like it. Now we will carve this mountain out a little bit to make it more appealing once we're done filling this all in. Ooh. Ooh, wait. I like that little... Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. We're going to fill in this side. But there's this little tiny pit in the top of the mountain. We're going to actually open this up a little bit more. Shrink its size down. We'll keep the intensity. Just don't like how it kind of got covered up a little bit. I want people to see the entire inside when riding the coaster coming through. And so it kind of just looks like an open chasm in like a big cave system. Good. Perfect. See, because now when you're riding, you'll be able to see inside. There's gonna be hope. Oh, it's really dark in there. Yeah, we're gonna need some lights in there when we work on that. Ooh, and there's also this little, we'll fill that in. We'll fill this in. Gonna bring up these mountains a little bit. Now this is the end of the map right here. I used an entire corner just for one roller coaster, but I'm not complaining because it looks cool. It will look cool when we're finished with it too. Whoops! I gotta bring some stuff back here. There we go. I clicked on the wrong stuff. Now what else do we have left? Well, two things. Few things we actually have to do is bring this up. Did I actually... Nope, still there. Okay, good. Now, up on this mountain, we're probably going to put some stuff up here. There might be like a town or some stores and food places. We'll carve stuff in here. That will be in the future episode. Because right now we are building and excavating the outside. Was hoping to get more work done on the inside here, but this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. So let's here we're gonna bring the size down a little bit. We're gonna bring the intensity down a little bit. We're gonna carve this in. I don't like how tall the front of this mountain is, and also how deep part of this is sticking out. We're just carving this in, making it look more appealing to the shape of the mountain. This is supposed to be like an old mining tunnel, obviously. So we can bring that in a little bit without disturbing anything, hopefully. Because we added a lot of rock on top, so we can shrink this mountain down a good size without hopefully adding in. I'd always like to add, you always want to add more to the mountain than you're taking away. I mean, not taking away. I find it a lot easier when you're carving a mountain out or making it look better is to just make it super big and then carve what you want out of it. Because I kind of went the reverse with this one over here, and it took me a lot longer to build it up. And I know this isn't really a mountain, but this thing's like Mount Chiliad in Grand Theft Auto 5. And this thing's like Mount, I don't know, nothing. We're gonna kind of conjoin these two parts right here. And we will carve that out a little bit. Oh no, we don't want that far. Do need to bring some of this mountain down though. I don't like how tall it is in the front. I wanted it closer to slightly taller than this. I wanted it more close to this. Somewhere in a healthy middle. It's a little too tall on each side. So we're just bringing everything a little bit down. But I like that because, like I said, adding to a mountain is a lot better. I mean, not adding a lot to a mountain is a lot better, and then slowly taking it away. I think that's a better build method. But also I'm not too amazing at speeding. I'm not fast speeding. I'm not fast at building things. I like to take it slow. I like to get a good look at things and see how it turns out. So, ooh, I like this little cave right here now. Add some light to it. A little bit too big though. Let's try to carve that in. There we go. Take a little bit away. Bring down the size of the mountain on the top. And then we're gonna also do one of these. Too big. Bring the size down. Let's bring the intensity up. We'll do a few of these. And just a few. Bring this in, this tool in. No, intensity the same, size smaller. Level it off. That did not work the way I wanted it to. Oh, why aren't you working? Oh, there we go. We need this one. Bring that back. And we'll make it look perfect. Nice. No, wrong button. Wrong button. What we're gonna do is bring that out a lot more. And then we will fill in with this. What we're gonna do is then roughen it up. There we go. And we'll roughen some stuff up here. Ooh, nice. Perfect. Okay. And we also have these two. We'll roughen the sides up a little bit. And then we'll flatten it off at the top. Kind of looks like mushrooms, and they don't really they don't look perfect, but there we go. Now that we have the outside done, we can work on. We don't have the outside done. Now that we have the outside of the shape, I mean, the outside shape of it done, we can now work on what we want to do, which is roughen the outside completely. Now we're not. Oh, that is the right button. Okay, good. That just opened the cave. God dang it. So we don't want to make it that big of size. Okay. Now you don't want to overuse it. You just want to touch up some spots just to give it that mountainous look. Oh, also I want to do this. And then, nope, too big, too big. Then we're flattening it out. That is not gonna work. Almost like a little bit of a balcony here. I'm just gonna use the flatten tool for the foundation, flatten to foundation tool. I think there's a chunk of rock sitting here. Nope, that was the wrong button. Delete you. Oh! What's happened to my camera again? Ah! And delete this little piece. Boom. Perfect. Now back to the roughen tool. Too much, too much, too much, too much. Shrink that in half. Kind of just do touch-ups. And we'll go around the entire mountain round with this. A little too small. Just to give it the look of a mountain. And we want imperfections. We want it to look, to have some depth and shape to it rather than just look like a blob of clay. There we go. See, look how good this looks. Like, because we just tapped it in certain places and kind of carried it over more, you can see it kind of looked, rather than being a caricature of a mountain, it actually looks kind of like a mountain. Look at that. It has the imperfections. It has different areas. Why don't we bring up another one of these? We'll make this one a little bit. Oh, actually. I can bring this back far enough. There we go. We're gonna go and do this. and then we'll carve this out. Actually, that's not coming out right the way I wanted it to. So, we'll shrink the size on the first time. And then roughen this up. Also, we got to roughen up areas around it now. And we'll bring in a smaller tool to just do finishing touches. We'll turn down the intensity a lot. This would ever let me get a camera angle on it, that'd be great. There we go. I mean, it's not meant to look perfect, but I wanted it to be like kind of like wind burned, like wind erosion. Wind erosion. Yes, that's a real word. And just something cool. Just another thing for the mountain. Just another piece to the puzzle. And now, I think we're officially done with the exterior of it. And here comes the drop into the dark abyss, because this is not lit up at all. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. Oh, it looks awesome though. Oh, once we add lights, you cannot see. You literally cannot see anything in here. Oh my god, you can't see anything. Oh man, you cannot see a thing in there. At all. Oh, stop the test. Okay guys, well this ride is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. There's just a lot to it. We had to dig into the pit. We had to mark the coaster or create the coaster and choose where it was going to run. We had to carve around it, carve the caves around it, carve the mountain around it, decorate the mountain. And that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. So in the next episode, we will build the interior. We will decorate it. We will create the design, put it in the lights, add any small details that we want to add, and just kind of touch up the whole thing and make it more of a ride. You can't see anything in it right now. So there's going to be a lot of decoration involved and a lot of immersion building. I want to make it look real and look like an actual Western mine. So guys, we are going to end it here. We will continue in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to toss a like and subscribe for more Planet Coaster, where we take really, really long to build simple things. But I mean, hopefully they look cool in the end.